Hey Pisces, it's Do Your Reading. Okay, there. Oh, all right, that's my crazy candle. Doesn't always do what candles should do. So let me just show you what it looks like our reading's going to be about. I shuffled and had that Emperor card come out multiple times, and the Justice card. And then I just shuffled more and got the Emperor again. And the Emperor came out multiple times. The Empress and the Hangman. We also have I feel like this is a not letting go. I also am, just so much is already wanting to come out of my mouth about like feeling like somebody feels sick over it. So it looks like there's a strong connection. It is indication of twin flame, of course, with that Emperor Empress. But I do want to remind you the Devil card, the Justice card came out. Could be Libra, Aries, could be Capricorn involved. This is very powerful so far already. So it could be a twin flame. But I will say this, what I already have gotten very, very strongly is that somebody feels sick over it, almost like poisoning themselves, worried, thinking, that kind of thing. Okay, so we have, I want to pull these other cards too. I want to use these too. Okay, so looks like two indications of creation. The pregnancy doesn't mean literally, of course it could be, but it looks like creation. And then we have the Chariot, Cancer energy. But I'm feeling Page of Swords, and somebody's watching, looking, longing, and trying to figure out, but feeling like almost like just so full of regret or sadness that it's like sick to my stomach type feeling. Okay. Yeah. See that? Somebody did someone wrong and is feeling really sick about it. There's some sort of feeling alone and abandoned now. But we also have the Temperance card. So that's nice. That's balancing things out. Seven of Swords. You know what I'm feeling from this is somebody took something that felt like something loving and turned it into some sort of massive chaos, turned it into some sort of massive chaos. And now because of it, there's holding ground, somebody's defensive. Somebody really screwed up here. But that person is suffering. Maybe both sides are, but that person that screwed up is still suffering and unable to let go, feeling controlled by their actions or their sadness or regret. So 5 of Swords. They ended up hurting themselves. They didn't realize. Whoever did the other wrong or hurt someone, they are hurting a lot now. Let's see. Well, we're going to lay out a formal spread here. How are you, Pisces? This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It's general. There's the Devil card again. Let me put that down and see what comes with that. We'll just clarify it. Tell me about this Devil card. Feeling unable to let go, tied, bound. Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is blessings. It's also self-love. Interesting how that fits in there, huh? So something that is viewed as just a lot of love, abundant, amazing, wonderful. The Nine of Cups also sometimes, depending on what card it comes with, can mean, for me, sometimes I can pick up on a little bit of narcissism, like too much self-love from it. Somebody might be regretting selfishness or only looking at their own needs. Oof, yes, but there's like just so much sadness and regret. Okay, I just want to say that this Strength card keeps showing up, like wanting me to take it. You know, I keep being pulled to it. It's showing up at the top, and here's the Justice card too. So this is Leo energy and this is Libra, but these are both about balance. Taming that line in the land. Maybe somebody said some really, harsh things. We will probably get the Queen of Swords if that happens. But again, I'm also feeling very strong Page of Swords. Knight of Cups. There's not really any emotion or showing of emotions. Five of Pentacles again, feeling left out in the cold. Let me see. High Priestess. Could be you. Pisces energy and a Six of Cups. The High Priestess is somebody that realizes things, but she doesn't often say it. But there could be a realization that, see, there's a lot of contrast here. This is a Knight of Cups who has a lot of love, but isn't showing it. Somebody gave I want to say unconditionally. Some people say that's not even possible for people or humans, but it's definitely something we can strive for. I had a counselor tell me that once. I don't think that counselor had all the answers. I think he was wrong about some things, but I did have a counselor tell me that once, and so I've always thought that, just kind of pondered it. Is unconditional love possible? Other than, like from a dog. I don't know. Anyway, that was just his viewpoint. But somebody feels like somebody in this dynamic gave unconditionally and did not receive back. And the other person is now becoming aware of it. It's becoming known. Okay, the Star card, Aquarius energy. Okay, let's shuffle and then we'll lay out a formal spread. Pisces, how are you? I love you. Your prayer intention this month is, or this round, I should say, is to embrace change and butterfly out of it. Embrace change or challenges that are maybe tempting to avoid, but instead of avoiding them, we're embracing them. Like, you get through a storm faster if you run towards it instead of away from it. It's kind of that kind of energy, and that change becoming a blessing. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize I dropped 3. Maybe I did. I don't know. So we've got a new beginning. And the Knight of Wands, this looks like a Knight of Wands is somebody who's very determined and is going to work hard, ask questions later. Maybe put in the effort, work hard, and redirect if needed later. Not going to wait, okay? This King of Swords looks like he's done a lot of research. He's putting down that sword of what if and what, how, and what to do. I think this is somebody just diving into a new beginning and making things happen. You can always readjust later. We always need a passion. We always need something that our brains are actively working for, and that includes difficult things. So this whole, law of attraction, avoid things that are difficult, that has been very damaging for some people, including myself. When we start avoiding things that are difficult, there's pathways in the brain that don't get challenged. It's not a good thing, and it's doing hard things it feels good. I know it's so opposite of what I've thought, but embrace hard things so that you can conquer them. Otherwise, there's an avoidance and a defeat, and that's not a healthy energy. So we've got the Five of Swords, difficult times, challenges. This is pulling a very hardcore shame energy. Ace of Swords, truth, clarity. So it looks like somebody got knocked off their high horse, if you guys are old enough to know that expression. Somebody's ashamed of how they did this. Looks like an Emperor to me. But there's a lot of truth, clarity. But this Ace of Swords is also victory after a battle. So there's some good coming from it. I got that in pre-shuffle too. Some sort of, I feel in this like a drama queen. Could be a Leo. Six of Swords, leaving a difficult situation. Your energy, Page of Pentacles. It looks a little shady in this deck, doesn't it? This is the Gregory Scott Tarot, by the way. Page of Pentacles. Looks like he's going to steal some bread. I don't know. Maybe he's keeping... Maybe he's keeping his needs to himself, or not communicating and asking for needs. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. We'll have to clarify. We got Two of Wands here. So that's a big direction, you know, a fork in the road maybe. And there's the Empress again. You guys look like you're on a twin flame. The Empress, if you haven't checked out my twin flame extendeds or any of the Vimeos, don't have that many, but they're a fraction of the price of a personal, and they're so detailed because not that many people watch them. I will link those down below. And they're timeless. But this is a strong energy of self-love. You could be the Emperor and the Empress, whereas there's a gentle, loving, kind, you know, creative, nurturing spirit here, but at the same time there's a gaining of control. And the Empress is all about self-love. You know, she's the queen of all queens. She exudes queen without even opening her mouth or saying a word. It just comes off of her. She's every positive aspect of all the queens. So we've got Queen of Pentacles here. So that could be a mother. This is your person, the person in your energy. It's a very mother energy, but it's also very resourceful and stable. But I'm not feeling like your person is stable. I feel like they're really sad. Nine of Wands. Not giving up. So it looks like your person is not giving up, and they're going to do whatever it takes. That's exactly what this looks like. It looks like they're going to communicate that. But it also looks like they may end up losing you first. So Strength again. So there's some sort of need to stress that doing hard things is something that we need to learn to embrace. Me too. It connects neural pathways, neurotransmitters, firewire. It stimulates the brain. When we stop doing things that are hard. It's okay. Here's an example, like navigation systems. So some of you are not going to like this, but when you rely on those too much, there's certain neural pathways that just don't get triggered and activated, right? Some of the things that are like best to keep a brain young and active, you know, from aging. And what happens when we age is certain parts of our brain don't get used anymore, and they wither, right? But navigation and maps, that sort of thing, that's one of the big things that can help keep brains young and active and healthy. Also, learning music or a new language or a dance, stuff like that. Those are things that we should always be learning, doing, embracing something that we're passionate about that takes effort. It's so weird. It's like, how did we fall into believing that we didn't need to put effort in? Effort is what makes us feel good and accomplished, and it also stimulates our brain to want more. So life-changing information for me there, and maybe you. Three of Swords. Pain. Avoiding hard things. Strength through pain. So yes, we have pain. It's part of our life. It's part of our process. but it's not supposed to shut us down, and that's what I think this might be indicating. Somebody wronged you, I believe. There's that Page of Swords I felt. Yeah, and see, it's almost like so consumed with knowing stuff or with what's, it's almost like feeling sick to my stomach, feeling sick maybe from seeing things or trying to see what's going on or not knowing what's going on with the other person. Somebody wrong, I think this is about somebody wronging you, but I also think there's a message in here for you to not feel like less or let it, you know, be less. But there's like an addiction, not, could be a literal addiction, but I feel like there's an addiction to not let go. And I think it's a good thing. Look at that, Two of Cups. Somebody's going to work hard. It's exactly what I've been saying, feeling all along. Somebody's going to work really hard to make amends, and you're gonna know, because if the person comes and says this is important, I'm gonna, you know, two people who love each other equally, two people who show, it's not always equal, sometimes one person might have to carry the other, but this is, you're gonna know, because when it's right, this person, you're gonna know, and you're not gonna be questioning. You're probably not gonna be watching tarot trying to find out if they love you. If they love you, in time they will show it without you having to morph yourself or be something you're not. This person's going to come back. Look at that, Seven of Pentacles. Ace of Wands, passion. And I think they're dreaming about it. Why did I got that earlier? I said that earlier. I don't remember why. Wow, Pisces. Let's see. Let's get an crystal. Let's get an oracle. These are, somebody asked, these are crystal angel oracle cards. Yeah, I have chills, you guys. I have such a mixture of feelings in my stomach, and it's a mixture of feeling sick, like poisoned, overthinking, some sort of poison, and then remember there was the drama queen too, but there's also a feeling of like excitement, chills, knowing something good's going to come. So it says, own your divine power. This would be screaming Empress, okay? Replace codependent people-pleasing with assertiveness and empowerment. That's how you're embracing the Emperor. Let me read that. Wow, love it. I'm going to get one more. Love it. You guys let me know in the comments. Please, please, please let me know how this resonated and what's going on. I don't know why I pulled that, but it's got a Buddha, and it says, humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Yeah, that's another thing that's really good for mental health is it's learning, it's pursuing. We are not going to be healthy if we don't learn and pursue, you guys, if we don't have stuff to pursue. And I'm not talking about another person to make us feel happy. I'm talking about accomplishments that we can do on our own. Okay, so own your divine power. See what she has to say. Set the light, 87. A card of empowerment, reminding you that you are made in the image and likeness of God. So you have the power of God always within you. In addition, all that you've experienced in life has made you stronger. This card comes up whenever you've been given your power away to others. Perhaps you feared that they'd take away something valuable if you didn't comply with their wishes. Or maybe you're codependently worrying about people's opinions. This is a time frame for assertiveness, Emperor energy on your part, including holding boundaries and saying no to unreasonable requests for your time, money, or other resources. Assertiveness helps you honor and follow your inner guidance, which is the path of harmony and health. This mineral is a beautiful lavender shade. It invokes spiritual empowerment and higher vibrations within those who wear or hold it. Sugilite Helps clear your energy and invites calmness and protection from harshness. Whew. That sounds exactly like what you need after what you've been through. All right, you guys. I do feel like I want to pull one more. Hold on. Let me see. One more. Really trying to keep my readings shorter because they upload faster. Faith reminds us that change is always possible. God, here's a mantra if you want it. God arms me with strength and he makes my way perfect. Psalms 18:32. Prayer crowns God with the honor and glory due to his name, and God crowns prayer with assurance and comfort. The most praying souls are the most assured souls. I gotta tell you guys, I don't know, I think I mentioned this in one reading, but I was so down, you know. I've been going, the last few months, I've just been so out of sorts, dealing with mental, past trauma, kind of reliving things in my past that I just totally shut down and avoided, and shadow work, you know. And I just like found myself like on my hands and knees crying, sobbing, but I could cry now, but begging like for just take it from me, take this from me, you know. And that very same day and the next day and the next several days, I got synchronicities that were so specific to things that were going on in that prayer, things that I was asking for in that prayer, that it was just such a reminder that we are not alone. We do have divine protection and love and care. And we just have to ask. We have to ask and not try to do and have everything by ourselves. We need others. We need support. We need divine support. So just ask, okay? That almost made me cry. So it says, if you believe, you will receive whatever you ask for in prayer. Matthew 21:22. And you know, I have some hang-ups about some of the things, some of my religious upbringing, so I don't get into it very hardcore, but I'm finding that I don't have to disown all of it. I can take the good and leave the bad, you know? All right, I love you guys. Let me know in the comments, please. Say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. And subscribe if you haven't. And I love you so much, Pisces. I will see you soon. Bye, Pisces.